Hey, ¿qué pasa, bandita? Soy GatoPlays y estamos en un video de Death Battle Wanda contra Zatanna con un invitado especial, el buen y agradable Felow. ¿Cómo estás, Felow?
Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Qué tal todo?
Le damos a Wanda, creemos que va a ganar, entonces vamos a ver qué tal sale, ¿no? Ahí estamos. ¿Sí lo ves todo bien?
Scarlet Witch, Marvel Crimson Queen from Chaos. Zatanna.
No, no lo veo.
¿No lo ves?
DC's
Uy,
No.
uy, la feliada, ¿eh?
Ah, ya carro.
¿Ya?
Ah, rayos. Ya había...
Ah, es que creo que si me salgo, no se ve.
Mistress
A ver.
of Magic. There are those who wield the mystic arts like gods to
Ahí
reshape
sí.
creation to their whims.
Ajá.
And there
Okay.
are those who just like to put on a hell of a show.
Si me cambio de pantalla, entonces no se ve. Me voy a quedar ahí mejor.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick. And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Se antoja la Zatanna, ¿eh?
Y
So
sí.
we may drift day by day in a world seemingly concrete and eternal. The fabric
El
of
Doctor
reality is
Sexo,
in fact
güey.
more delicate
Ya va a salir la
than
2, güey.
dare to wonder.
Siento que debieron haber
Imagine
sacado la
every
pelea con
single iota of it,
la
every
peli.
star,
Sí, ¿verdad?
universe,
Como que lo hicieron muy antes.
single mortal woman to control
El calendario.
at her whim.
Güey.
Imagine the
Se les fue ahí.
we're all in if you piss her off.
Todavía queda...
You don't
Wanda.
have to, because her name
¿Esa Wanda de dónde es, güey?
Maximoff, the
Es de la
Scarlet
serie de
Witch.
los X-Men
As a kid, she
de
and her brother Pietro
2003, creo
were
que.
Romani, who were lucky
A la
to be
madre.
turned into super-powered freaks by the High Evolutionary.
No, una mutante. La reconearon feo, ¿eh?
It wasn't long before Wanda lost
Yep.
control and was branded a witch. Until who would show up but the mutant master of magnetism himself, Magneto.
¿Te imaginas que anuncian a Magneto, güey, ahorita? En el Next Time.
Magneto's kindness, she and Pietro
Estaría rarito, ¿eh?
Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. Great name there, Magneto. Solid branding. And it
El
was long
nombre.
before she traded supervillain creds for a membership with the Avengers, which might have been a bit too much for poor Wanda because she definitely drew the superpower short stick.
Estaba de la mierda Wanda antes, ¿eh?
Wanda could create small
Sí, señor,
random events
horrible.
known as hexes, subtly altering the probability.
Usaba sus poderes y se desmayaba, güey.
That's a cool way of saying she can do
También.
like one magic-y thing per fight.
Ya sus poderes eran probabilidad, no eran poderes como tal.
Ajá.
A force field if she's feeling frisky, not exactly the same oomph as, say, the God of Thunder or the Jolly Green World.
¿Qué?
But something strange was happening. Over time, her hexes increased in breadth and power, as if there was more to Wanda's powers than met the eye. She learned to slow and stop time.
Ahora sí viene lo cabrón, ¿eh?
Duplicate herself and others, teleport to different dimensions, and even strip others of their
Mira, sí,
powers
sí lo tiene.
entirely. It was almost as if there was more to Wanda than just being some
No
random
more sexo.
experiment. Let's ask our resident expert on the deepest
No more
reaches
heroes.
of character history. Jocelyn, if you will.
No, Jocelyn.
Wanda's powers
No
were
voy a
not
dormir.
the result of the High Evolutionary, nor was she the mutant daughter of Magneto, as he's claimed. Her powers weren't just some simple hexes. She might as well have been a god. Until now, she had merely been dipping her toes
La
in the
Agatha.
vast ocean known as chaos magic, though her powers may have seemed
Como
to describe
Agatha no hay
they were
dos.
in reality the gift of the Lovecraftian elder god Cthon, who attempted to turn Wanda into his future vessel.
Reminds me of my summers by the sea with old Uncle Yogg-Sothoth.
In time, Wanda discovered she could alter the probability of
Hicieron canon él.
anything,
Ay,
turning
gracias por ese follow. No sé quién eres, pero
absolute certainty.
sí, se aprecia bastante. Eres parte de la bandita, bro.
Wanda's powers kept growing and growing, turning her into a being strong enough to rival even the mightiest of gods. Like, literally, Wanda's chaos magic is
Doctor
counterpart to
infrahumano.
the Phoenix
No,
Force,
mira,
the
esta es la escena,
embodiment of
ya valió
cosmic
verga.
order. You know, that fiery space chicken that can destroy the universe?
A la verga.
Bought it.
No more
Then
Phoenix.
briefly erased it from existence.
At her height, the
Got tu madre, güey.
total control over energy, the weather, the elements, your mind, your body, your soul, all of time,
Todo, ¿eh?
all of matter, and
Le dieron
all
más
of
que- le
reality.
dieron más que en
She
el
can
blog.
wipe people from existence with a thought and rend the
Te la verga.
universe as though it were tissue paper. She isn't even limited to chaos magic either. They might not have been what made her a god, but the High Evolutionary's experiments did make her more receptive to channeling magical energy. Oh, maybe that's why Mama Boomstick always warned me about redheads.
Está rota la Wanda, pues.
Receptive, in fact, that Wanda is the lone nexus being of the 616 reality, a focal point for the universe's magical energy,
¿Cómo?
and one that belongs equally to all other timelines.
It's no wonder she was
Ah, eso es lo de casual, ¿no?
Sorcerer Supreme.
Sí, sí,
I mean,
sí.
shit, why wasn't she? She might as well be a walking, talking infinity gauntlet.
Well, she may have the power of a god, but she's still stuck with a human's body that can be overpowered by physically stronger foes. Though,
Oh.
she also survived being
Okay.
shot with the black matter bullet capable of, and I quote, world-shattering energy. So
¿Cómo?
there's that.
She does technically need to be able to
Tiene
think of a
una
spell
bala hecha
in
con
order to
energía
get it
pura.
to happen.
Creo que-
Qué
So
feo.
she could theoretically be blitzed, but she's also blocked Thor's galaxy-crossing hammer, kept up with dudes like X-Man who can fight within plank time, and even amp her own speed beyond the concept of speed herself.
Ay, si le dieron Incon,
Far and away the mightiest
Ya le
of
dieron
Earth's mightiest heroes,
inconmensurable.
Wanda resented the pressure
A la
of
verga.
power. She actually wanted a quiet life as a wife and a mother.
But because no one in comics is
Aw.
allowed to have a happily ever after, that life was taken from her by literal Satan. Not the last time
Satanás.
he tried to. Wanda snapped and she took the
No he visto.
multiverse with her.
By tapping into an inconceivable and unknowable pool of energy known as the Life Force, Wanda rewrote all of reality, creating a new universe where life was just how she wanted it.
No matter
A
whose
tu madre.
she had to change. In this
House of
M,
M.
she had her family back.
House of
at the
Mouse.
cost of her sanity.
And it wasn't long before it all came crashing down around her. Once her family and friends discovered the lies
Ay,
and
la
new lies and
resurrección.
turned against her,
Ay,
she
no.
uttered three
Mi tía la verga.
and erased nearly all of mutant kind. No more mutants.
Wanda weaved her magic throughout all of existence, created cracks across reality which spread throughout the Omniverse, and threatened to annihilate
Omniverso.
all
Ay,
of creation, the
salió.
entirety of Marvel's infinite cosmology. Everything that ever was.
A tu madre, güey, está rotísima.
While Wanda has
Te
worked to
dije,
keep her
güey.
powers in check since then, that threat is always there. But honestly, that sounds more like a problem for anyone who's stupid enough to get in her way.
Both a blessing and a curse,
Sí,
a help
total.
and a hex. Such is the true power of
A la verga, güey. Inconmensurable. Y afectó el omniverso, güey.
Come one, come all.
¿Cómo ves?
See the magnificent
Outline.
Zatanna
Oh,
Zatanna.
Outversal. Sí,
For
sí, sí.
never was there a greater professor of prestidigital performance.
AKA magic! Except
Woo.
Zatanna's spells aren't just
Esa-
broken
esa
mirrors, they're the
de
real
Zatanna Live
deal,
Action, ¿de
so
dónde
you're
viene?
really getting
No sé, pero
She learned everything she knew from
lo voy a tener de tarea, ¿eh?
Giovanni Zatanna, who put his powers to good use as one of DC's very first superheroes.
No joke.
Descendiente
He's
de
the
Da
guy who
Vinci.
taught
güey.
Batman everything he knows about escape artistry. He debuted
Qué épico, ¿no?
in this issue as Superman.
De Da
The
Vinci.
young Zatanna was more than happy to serve as his assistant, learning everything he knew about the cutthroat world of entertainment. Oh, and Cape shit too, but the former is way worse.
Remonzo, por favor.
Inherited her father's incredible
Mira,
mystical
dice
abilities as
superhero.
well.
Yeah, güey.
Essentially, anything Zatanna
Qué
thinks
épico,
of,
¿no?
she can make real.
A ver,
And she
no usaron
focuses
nada
this
de
absurdly
Super
powerful
Hero
ability
Squad
by
para
speaking her
Wanda.
desired
Así que no
effect
sé.
back
Ah, sí, cierto, ¿eh? Hubiera estado chido, güey.
of Diaries of Leonardo da Vinci, who some theorize wrote backwards in order to hide his ideas from the repressive medieval Catholic Church.
Or because he was left-handed.
Era zurdo.
Another theory, if you hate fun,
And Zatanna's apparently big-brained enough that she has no problem speaking backwards at the drop of a hat. Like when this one dude kept reversing time in the middle of her sentences, she started speaking in palindromes so that she'd still be
Palíndromos, güey, ahorita lo voy
no
a ver.
matter what. I mean, you know what they say, Wiz? Go hang a salami.
Este es el mejor
have a
cambio.
lasagna hug.
with her magic, Zatanna has bent the laws of reality to her whims. She's transmuted
Ay, güey.
matter on an atomic level,
Ese debe dar
teleported
miedo.
across dimensions, commanded the elements, turned invisible, removed powers, cast illusions, read and controlled minds, traveled through and stopped time, and can
Okay.
even wipe people from existence with a single
En teoría tienen casi lo mismo,
Might
güey.
not seem obvious from that hokey magic castle getup, but
No,
Zatanna
viejo,
is
mira
one of the
eso.
most powerful
Es inferior a
sorcerers in
Wanda
DC.
en cuanto a lo
Like
que
the
le
time she
dieron.
battled the Time
Wanda
Taylor
tenía como
Sword, an old enemy of the
tres
Spectre.
reloj-
You
tres
know,
cosi-
the
cuatro-
angel
tres
of
cositas más.
God's divine wrath.
Chale, güey.
defeat an opponent of such unimaginable
Joder, qué buen anime.
Zatanna
Qué buen
focused
cómic, güey.
magical might into shattering the
Qué buen
boundaries of
traje.
reality, reached out beyond the very comic panels
Qué buen estilo de dibujo.
pulled Zor's entire magical universe
Ah, perdón.
Y se la mamá.
around him.
Aquí están mis manos,
Handled all of
Tranquilos.
reality like it was a sheet of paper and crumpled
Aquí
it
se la
into
mamaron con la
hands.
edición,
Sí, güey. Está
Seems
chingona.
completely incomprehensibly impossible to us, but it's all a matter of belief. Literally, as long as Zatanna believes she can do something with her magic, she'll do it.
As she puts it,
Órale.
magic is essentially asserting one reality, then replacing it with another. This is similar to other magical characters like Dr. Fate
Okay.
and Green Lantern, whose powers have been stated to work the exact same way.
Ok.
It's not like any rando can do magic by wishing on a star. Zatanna is genetically predisposed to this kind of magical reality warping. Her mom was in actuality a homo magi, a subrace of humans that are naturally adept at magic.
So it's
A la
no
verga.
wonder that Zatanna became an
Una raza de humanos para la magia.
the Justice League of America and Justice League
Humanos
Dark.
mágicos.
The Shadow the Hedgehog version, basically.
Harness the entire
El Shadow.
sunlight into a single
Mira,
energy
salió en en 2 segundos episodios de 2 temporadas seguidas.
multiverse, and has even claimed she's as powerful as Superman himself.
¿Cómo?
Pre-Rise of
Oh, verga.
Superman, in case
Ya.
you were wondering. Her only limit is her imagination and
Vete a la
will. In
verga.
fact, her backward speaking is
A ver,
mostly
no,
a
no creo que
stagecraft
le daba
tradition
un
meant to
verso,
boost her
¿no?
concentration.
Dijeron Superman precrisis,
She
¿eh?
cast a spell with a single thud, and
¿Ese
I
no era
doubt
multi
anyone's
solamente?
winning a quick draw
Ni idea.
with her. She's matched superheroes like Martian Manhunter, who scanned every mind on Earth in a blank instant. Or how about
Gato
Dr.
madre.
Fate, whose magic traveled across the universe at the completely
Ay.
immeasurable velocity of God.
Ay, sí le dieron
Zatanna has spent about
inconmensurable.
Dijeron velocidad inconmensurable.
Down Man, primordial darkness.
Y yo que
that is
tenía
the
dudas.
incarnate
Nada,
and
qué
the
mamá.
void
Oh, lo, 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 lo.
creation, Pralaya.
This shadow goop lady ate all of
Entonces,
DC
dos
Comics,
inconmensurables,
all of creation,
pero la diferencia de poder.
everything. Guns,
Ajá.
demons, rabbits, and spandex, everything. And Zatanna's magic was strong enough to hold her back.
And
Derrotó
then,
al lobo.
after secretly implanting Swamp Thing inside Pralaya, she weaved a spell within him to literally regrow all of reality back in seconds.
Oh, la madre.
And a tricked a being older than God, and then blew her ass
Aplicó la Alien X.
inside with a whole new omniverse. Abracadagoddamn.
¡Ah! ¡Omniverse
Such is the
también!
almighty power of Zatanna's will. Should
Bro,
it
¿qué?
falter,
El
though,
combate
or
está
should her
equilibrado.
focus be disrupted,
Ay,
it
cargo
will
GIF.
come crashing
Zatanna.
down like a house of cards. Belief is a
A
fragile
la
thing,
madre.
and her powers were weakened for a time after she
Ambas
lost belief
afectaron el
in
universo y
herself.
son inconmensurables. Ya valió madre, gato. Ni idea quién
She's a
gana.
huge
Pues cuestión de poderes, ¿no?
Her amazing career, she has struggled with
A ver,
herself to live up to her
Wanda
father's
Wanda
legacy,
tenía la mayor cantidad de
especially
cosas.
after his heroic death.
Creo.
And this MF
Se supone que Satán es más hábil igual.
times. So Z's therapy can't be cheap, especially after dating John Constantine.
Ay,
Oh, I can
Dios.
just smell the lager and self-loathing from here.
Ya, cuquearon.
No,
Ah,
oh,
mira.
wait, that's
No, cuquieron a todos, güey.
Aside, Zatanna is a consummate professional raised on one singular principle.
A la bestia, güey. Va a estar cabrón esto, ¿eh?
She'll always finish strong with a standing ovation.
Ay, cabrón.
All right.
A ver, recapitulando, los dos son inconmensurables y afectaron a todo el universo. Y pues tienen más o menos poderes parecidos, ¿no?
Sí.
A ver, yo te digo que a la larga creo que Wanda la tiene más fácil para atacar porque ella solo ataca pensando, güey. Y pues Zatanna, quieras o no, tiene que estar hablando, güey. Pero...
¿Te imaginas? No sé, le cierra la boca o algo así. Literal.
Oye, puede, ¿no?
Está win.
Tampoco hablaron de capacidades físicas, ¿verdad?
No, es que no va a haber combate cuerpo a cuerpo, es muy obvio.
Pero es que habían mencionado que Wanda puede ser derrotada por si alguien la abruma físicamente. Pero,
Eso tiene sentido, pero es que Zatanna no es tanto de
Ajá.
cosas físicas.
si no entran en
Entonces-
detalle, entonces dudo que lo consideren. Entonces, pues, fíjate, yo me voy a quedar con Wanda, de todas formas.
Todos.
Va. Bueno, vamos con el combate a ver qué tal, ¿eh?
Set. We've run the day
Ay, Dios mío.
possibility.
Espero que esté chido, güey.
time for a
Al menos al nivel de Strange vs. Fate.
magic.
Con magia.
Se va a enfriar, gato, se va a enfriar.
Parece que un día no ha puesto de la parte de abajo, ¿eh?
Esas son las medias.
Simón, pero con sprites, güey, no se nota.
Ay, güey, ese spray de Wanda no me gusta.
La cara está como rarita, pero...
Es la cara de de Capitana Marvel.
Ándale.
Perhaps I was being
Una vuelta pasable, supongo.
Ouch. Ouch.
all part of the show, folks.
Esta parte del show, amigos. A ver, ahí se quedó el sneak peek.
El conejito con sombrero. ¡Oh!
Hola, verga. ¡No! ¡Conejitos!
¡Hola, verga! Se convirtió en mis cartas.
Ah, un NFT de Superman.
¡Hola, verga!
¿Cómo? ¿Lo invocó?
¿Superman?
I'd say this calls for an offender.
¿Que invoca a Goku, Wanda, güey? ¡Oh!
No, no, es el Hulk de los antiguos cómics.
¡Qué rico, güey! ¡Hola, verga! ¡No mames!
Do you know the
Liga de la Justicia.
difference between
Avengers
you
contra la
and
Liga de la
I?
Justicia.
¡A la verga, güey! Estuvo chingón, ¿eh?
Well,
Oh.
I think the difference is
¡Ah!
presentation.
La presentación.
I know a trick when I see one.
¿Está hablándole a la cuarta pared?
¡Hola, verga!
¡Oh!
¡Hola!
Se vuelve 3D. Ah, ok.
En el universo,
You
no
know
me
this. You can't run forever. Now
Ah,
make
qué
like a
bueno.
magician and disappear.
Au. Los trucos.
Ahora soy Zatanna si fuera bueno.
Ándale, güey.
Ya, valió verga.
Se emputó.
No, ey, creo que esto va a salir mal.
Oh, no.
Va a salir mal.
No,
¡Oh! ¡Sí! ¡Lo hizo! ¡Lo hizo!
Verga, creo que va a ganar Zatanna, ¿eh?
A disappearing
No,
hand was the first
sí
thing
ganó
that
Zatanna.
ever taught me. And for my final trick,
¿Qué?
no more witches.
Volvió en el tiempo.
¡No más brujas!
¡No! ¿Qué?
¡No mames, va a ganar! ¡Ganó Zatanna!
And that's our show, ladies and germs.
¡Ganó Zatanna!
Now that's a magic trick that's to die for.
Analyzing this matchup was like walking on a tightrope. It could fall either way at any point.
¡No chingues!
At the end of the day, both these ladies could do basically anything with their magic. All they had to do was think and shit would happen. They were totally even. At her peak, Wanda was able to threaten the stability of all creation.
And at Zatanna's best, she was able to hold back Prolaya, who could do the exact
Por entrenamiento ganó, güey, no mames.
Some differences, the omniversal cosmologies of Marvel and DC Comics are roughly equivalent in size and scope. All that was left for us to look at was their weaknesses.
Well,
¿Estás bien, Felow?
as powerful as one another.
¿Qué carajo
They needed to
¿Qué
tap into
pasó?
the life force to reach that pinnacle,
acabamos
and
de quedar
doing
como
so threatened her
payasos.
sanity.
Well, let's take a
A la verga, güey.
House of M, where Wanda's powers were at their maximum.
Despite admitting that she was way stronger, Doctor Strange managed to get the best of Wanda with a cool head and a spell that briefly knocked her out cold.
His wits against her mental instability were enough to turn the tide.
To be clear, this instability definitely wouldn't affect her power. She was still strong enough to create a completely new alternate reality and then erase it just as easily. What it would do is leave her open.
Also,
Hola, y la
no
resurrección
more
de la
mutant
muerte.
spell. As
Sí, cierto.
insanely powerful as it was to affect the whole of Marvel's creation, it wasn't entirely successful. There was still a tiny portion of Earth's mutant population left unaffected.
A la verga.
To interference from Strange and Emma Frost.
Against Zatanna, who was just as strong and not losing her mind, she wouldn't be able to afford that kind of lapse, even for an instant.
On the other hand, Zatanna has managed to maintain her willpower fighting foes just as strong as the Scarlet Witch, so she didn't have the same kind of exploitable weakness.
And remember,
Ca
she
tu
doesn't
madre,
actually
güey.
need to say her spells backwards.
It helps with her concentration, but all her spells come from her mental impulses.
Ah, no lo necesita.
Wanda. She's
No
consistently
necesita
pulled
la
off
Ok.
spells in the
Ah,
past, even
Dios
against
mío.
beings as strong as Prolaya.
In the end, Z definitely had enough experience
Verga, güey.
and keeping on her toes to hang with
¿Qué?
one
Me quedé loco, me quedé loco, güey.
finishing blow.
¿Cuál
While there
yo?
were definitely
Voy a tener que analizar esto ya después, güey,
ended
porque...
with Wanda victorious,
Si
Zatanna's
encuentras
cooler head
contradicciones,
and
viejo,
effortless
no sé.
magic allowed her
Está
to
muy
prevail.
raro.
A la verga.
Wanda never saw it coming.
Está rarita el resultado, ¿eh?
Maxim off turf.
The winner is Zatanna.
A la verga. Bueno, ganó el porno.
Death Battle is
Ganó el
back
polo.
in Wanda
No mames, la
Membership
ruta.
membership
A ver, a ver, a ver.
program.
A ver, shh. ¿Quién crees que va a seguir, Felow? Next time.
Double chinga tu madre. Tanjiro versus Jonathan.
A ver, me informan por el pinganillo. ¿Sí ven? Me están confirmando Tanjiro contra Jonathan, ¿eh? Una,
Vamos.
dos, tres.
Vamos.
By directly supporting our
A
team,
ver, a ver, a ver.
unique emotes, badges, and additional
Su
content.
puta madre, güey.
Much more.
Estoy emocionado, ¿eh?
Join button to see more info, and thanks so
Double
much for
prepara la
watching.
carta de suicidio.
Tiene canción. ¡Sí! ¡Sí! ¡Está la güey! ¡Viste a la verga! ¡Viste a la verga! ¡Se va a morir Jonathan! ¡No! ¡No mames!
¡No sabía!
¡A la verga, güey! Güey,
Sabía todo este tiempo.
¡Qué pedo! Güey, estuvo bueno el episodio, pero me quedé loco, güey. Me quedé loco con todo lo que pasó. Me salí de la llamada. Hola, perdón, me salí de la llamada. Me quedé loco con lo que pasó, A ver, banda, les voy a quitar el modo emotes. Vite a la verga. Ni yo, Voy a tener que analizar todo lo del postanálisis porque... Su madre, güey. Su madre. A la verga. Y... Jonathan versus Tanjiro, Bueno, Tanjiro. No mames, va a perder Jonathan, güey.
No.
No me digas eso.
Vamos.
No quiero que sea...
Scarlet con Divi.
No me digas eso. A la verga, güey. Tengo el corazón a mil,
Me está escribiendo que se quiere morir.
Viste la verga. No mames, no digas eso, Fafu. Ay, güey, no, es que Jonathan es demasiado blessed para que se muera, güey. Sí me voy a agüitar feo,
Ambos son blessed, se supone.
Bueno, tan chido, no, fíjate que no lo he visto, pero Jonathan sí le tengo mucho
tampoco.
cariño, güey. No quiero- Y, güey, es que de seguro si pierde lo van a decapitar o algo así, güey, para...
Ay, no.
Estará muy ojete, güey.
Esa referencia no la quiero ver.
Ni yo, estará muy ojete. Ganó Zatanna, cabrones. Imagínate si hubieras apostado todo tu dinero como querías, lo.
Viejo, todos perdimos dinero aquí. ¿Quién fue?
A la
¿Quién fue
verga.
el que banda?
¿Quién fue el único, güey? No mames, que, güey, Benja ya van 2 veces, güey. Que le apuesta al que nadie le va y se lleva todo el puto dinero, güey. Apostó por Zatanna para no dejar a Lua solo, dijo.
Aposté 300.
A la verga. No mames, bueno, banda, espero que les haya gustado. Me quedé bastante loco con todo lo que pasó en este episodio. Voy a tener que reflexionarlo. No sé, güey, no sé cómo sentirme. Pero algunas palabras, Felow. Puedes pedir el video.
Chicos, miren, puede ser que no sabemos qué fue lo que pasó. Fueron muchas cosas, pero lo importante es que siempre iba a ganar lo rico, así que cualquier resultado estaba bien.
Sí, güey. La verdad es que estaba muy parejo, Bueno, banda, pues fue todo. Den like, suscríbanse y nos vemos en otro video reaccionando a Death Battle. Chao, chao.
Chao, chao.